I'm gonna make that. I kind of want to make that Cards Against Humanity card. I don't know if it's fitting.
Which Cards Against Humanity card?
Oh, you said the Cards Against Humanity.
Oh my god. Yo, we could play Cards Against Humanity.
Oh god. I think that would be an awful idea.
Not right now.
Maybe a post-podcast thing, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. We
Yes.
make a post podcast and we just play Cards Against Humanity for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Right. I just got a screw stuck to my foot. That's not
What?
Oh, that's no good.
No.
Oh, and welcome to the SRB podcast, by the way. I guess we're going with a more casual opening now. So let's go ahead and introduce ourselves.
Okay. I guess I'll go first.
All right.
Hello, I'm Jordan, also known as Nymph on the IRC and Twitch. I'm a game streamer. I add songs to the radio for people to listen to. And I like to watch horse in my spare time. That's as good as I can do.
Is that what you Brits call it?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
All right.
Well,
All right. I am.
You want to take this?
Yeah, I am
Go ahead.
LightningRunner. I am one of the DJs for Sonic Radio Boom. In my spare time, I'm trying to create some tracks, put out some music out there, put out my vision. May or may not be inspired by ponies.
May or may not. Right.
All right. So I guess I'm next. I'm ThunderSky, and I do things for Sonic Radio Boom. I don't know. I do things. I used to DJ a little bit. Now I do these podcasts. I don't know. I just hang around. I'm there if you need me. And in my spare time, I don't know. I game. I play hockey outside. I'm that Canadian one.
Oh,
Outside.
Canadian Pro.
Exactly.
Alright, I'll finish this up. I'm Riff Music Pony, or Riff for short. I'm just a guest here on the podcast, and in my spare time, I like to write music and compose for films and animations.
yeah. You were playing some really good guitar before we started recording. I think one of them was, what was it? It was the organ song.
Bugs, Toccata, and Fugue in D minor. Yes.
Yes.
Another one played by memory.
Mm-hmm. See, I used to know how to play some Bach, like preludes on piano.
Oh,
those are really good.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we've got into like a musical start. So, well, instrument wise, I mean, I play sax, so I know a ton of stuff like that.
All right.
How about you, Lightning, Jordan? Do you guys play any instruments?
I play guitar, electric and acoustic. I play bass guitar. I doodle on the keys. I know a little bit about drums, but I don't own my own set because I live in an efficiency studio apartment. I do know my way around a couple of DAWs as well. Like
Okay.
FL Studio.
There it is. Good old FL.
Yeah. It's everyone's start.
Exactly.
There's also Reaper, Reason, Logic, Ableton, Pro Tools, all sorts of stuff.
They're all
Audacity.
essentially the same, basically.
Yeah. Once you get down to it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the odd one out. I don't play any instruments, though I just finished a course in music production using GarageBand mostly, and organizing other people to play instruments for me. so I can record them and make
Gar-
them sound good.
GarageBand. I haven't used GarageBand in a while. It's like that was the program that they used for one of my audio production courses over in high school. When I went to high school. Like outside of doing like audio projects for the teach, I would always try to create little songs using the little loops they had in GarageBand.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Mhm.
You can make some good stuff with the simple loops. I wasn't going to bring this up, but obviously we have a document of some topics of discussion. One of them happens to be the old episodes.
Oh yeah, we
think-
got a lot to catch up on there.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we have an hour. I think we can do it.
Yep,
Yeah.
we'll pull it off.
So
My brief summaries aren't exactly in detail, as
Yeah,
you can
I like
pretty
the,
much tell.
Yeah. So map episode. That was our
The
series,
name, okay.
our season opener.
Yeah.
As tradition,
Okay.
it's a two-parter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting, to say the least. It was unexpected, apart from the spoilers, obviously.
Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more of the new introduced, like the 4 ponies that took a stance up the top. You saw that screenshot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Double Diamond, Party Favor, Sugar Bell, and
Okay. The name.
The other one.
slips my-
the other one,
The other one.
The
That'll
other
do.
horse.
the one that doesn't have as much fan art.
Mm. I saw a lot of fan of a Double Diamond. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Some which can be discussed, and others which we will not speak of for reasons.
Art is art.
Yeah.
Artists work very fast in the fandom these days.
Absolutely.
I've seen some really good art of the Princess Spike episode. Obviously, we can't go into detail of that.
Not yet.
That's
Well,
spoilers.
we still
Not
got.
yet.
Spoiling.
Well, yeah, that, and we still got like a couple of episodes to go before we can fully talk about. You know, we gotta do this chronologically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
of
going to
course.
throw everybody off.
We can't just skip those 7 episodes.
You can.
Especially not Slice of Life. You cannot skip.
You-
You
you
cannot
know,
skip
if
the
we
100.
skip-
No.
People would be so mad. So mad. Castle Sweet Castle. I have to say, the main 6 are awful at decorating.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't quite get who would plant stuff inside. I mean, I understand small plants. Like, it's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Or who
Yeah.
would bring loads and loads of critters into their home. Well, actually, one certain pony comes to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fluttershy.
Naturally.
Didn't think about that.
I thought the like outside of that little side plot there, the B plot with Spike and Twilight just doing stuff in town. There was a lot of good moments in there.
Yeah, they definitely went into detail in both the both areas of it. Like, they put a lot of effort into things that Twilight and Spike could have done, and no doubt there was outtakes of that, and there was a lot more that they could have done, but obviously they're limited to the 22 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
You can only squeeze so much into 22 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, you can.
The song.
yeah.
What did you think of the song?
Oh, I completely forgot about the song, but oh my god, it was all right. I'll give it
Yeah.
about a 7.
The remixes of it are fantastic.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Micro Thunder. I think that's
Mhm.
how he wants his name pronounced. Because
Yes.
it's like the U symbol, but I know it's
Yeah,
micro.
that's Micro Thunder. I've always said you Thunder, but you have just enlightened me.
Gotta think outside the chimney.
Haha.
Uh,
Indeed.
oh, this episode.
And then Bloom and Gloom.
Such a tease, that episode.
It was basically everything that the fans have been writing about in like one episode, in like one gigantic
Yeah.
discussion that Apple Bloom was having in her dreams.
Yeah. Let's be honest, the writers were reading fan fiction. We all know it.
They
Yeah,
would have, even though I guess they're not allowed to, like they
Yeah.
have been.
Yeah, let's actually put a little flag on that. Let's hold that thought for Slice of Life,
Yeah,
because so much stuff was taken from fan fictions. We just have to point it out.
So good.
and some stuff was
Okay.
subverted from fan fiction.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the Bloom and Gloom, Gloom, Jesus, I can't speak. Bloom and Gloom wasn't a bad episode. However, I don't think it was the best.
No.
So how
Neither of the CMC episodes are the best.
Mm.
I think they could do with a good episode. I'm not saying the others are bad, but it needs to be a better one.
Yeah, you can't really base a whole episode about like a discussion. There has to be some sort of active plot going on.
Yeah.
And then we have
Seems
Fallout.
crazy.
Then we have Fallout Boy episode.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Okay. I
So,
think songs so far this season have been quite good.
oh
I've
yeah,
enjoyed
yeah.
listening to the songs, and the fandom has really kicked it up with the remixes. I've been looking forward to searching for them and try to contact the artists. Sorry.
Right. So did you guys catch that this episode was about the 5 stages of grief?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually picked up on that.
It took me reading about someone. Someone had posted it, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Whether it was very nice.
Mm.
Rainbow Solo. Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
It's
That-
her
Was it the first one?
it is her best solo song. The other one was in Rainbow Rocks and it sucked.
Oh yeah. That was pretty bad.
Maybe intentionally, but still.
Possibly.
Yeah.
No, surely. I don't want to get sidetracked, but I think it's Ashley Ball. I think it's Ashley Ball. She did very good with Rainbow's voice in Rainbow Rocks,
Yeah.
particularly Rainbow Rocks. Because there's a
All
lot
I'm
of,
gonna say about what I really liked about that episode about Tanks for the Memories, 2 things, and it wasn't like a big concept or anything, but it was first just little hidden things in the background, like a Pinkie Pie no clipping.
Yeah.
If you guys saw
Yeah.
that, just walking through walls, that was great. And Applejack's "I Cry on the Inside."
Yeah.
Jesus.
Which is a
So much
lie.
traffic.
2 of the moments I just started laughing. That was it. I like that they're still also keeping a lot of the comedy in it. Because when you start to get into further episodes, like you start kind of losing the comedy as the plot gets thicker, but they brought it back in that episode.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have. I guess if this is the logic of kids shows, where it has to have some sort of comedy, even
Yeah.
if you're dealing with a serious subject.
Yeah, because you got to hook the audience. Well, the target demographic is They would put it.
Well, no, obviously,
Of course,
bronies
yeah.
are the target demographic now. Just look at the
Yeah.
episodes. Yeah.
God, what are we doing with the show? Jeez.
So wait, what was the actual name of Apple Place episode?
Appaloosa, sorry. I couldn't remember it. I could remember it, I just couldn't spell it, so I just didn't put it.
Appaloosa's Most Wanted. Yeah, that was
Yep.
it.
Yeah,
There we go,
that's
yep.
it.
Well, there was a horse.
It
A
was an
real
actual horse.
I mean, a
Horse.
real horse.
A real actual horse.
It was
clumsy horse.
yeah, very
Yeah.
clumsy horse. I can't remember. Hold on. It says most wanted. Let's see what that horse was called.
Trouble Hooves.
but- yeah, trouble. Trouble.
Trouble
something.
Hooves.
Trouble
Trouble
shoes.
hooves or trouble shoes?
Trouble
Trouble
shoes. Yeah,
Hooves.
Trouble shoes. There we go.
trouble shoes. No.
Trouble Shoes? He doesn't
Yeah,
wear
trouble
shoes.
Look,
Not a bad attitude.
there's gotta be some hard with that. Come on.
Well, he'd be more troubled if he was wearing horseshoes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What a sad, sad horse.
So that episode
okay,
sucked.
It was pretty bad. It
Yeah,
was.
but at least there was Brayburn in it.
That's
And
At the
that's
very
all
least.
that matters.
Yeah.
It was good.
Everyone is really, really happy for Brayburn.
Yeah.
It was good to see that he's still alive. Very good. And we got some confirmation of that as well, because Brayburn is worst Philly sitter.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah. I can't get my words out today. Oh dear.
So, Tree Hugger episode.
Okay. I love this episode.
It was so good. Okay, I'm not gonna speak too much. Just keep it.
Hippies.
I kind of had mixed feelings about it when I first saw it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes the jokes and the humor they write in Discord episodes is a little weird. It's like they want to go meta and reference heavy, but they don't want to do it too much. They don't want to, like, push that envelope, even though they should be. Like,
Yeah.
a good Discord episode should be written like that Steven Universe Uncle Grandpa episode they had.
Yeah, just have fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
Go completely crazy.
Tumblr will get mad at us. We're not allowed to like it. Let's just pretend we didn't, okay? While I
This
find
is not
reference
canon, okay?
images for a link dump.
Yeah.
Tumblr's stupid.
Yeah. That's why I go there all the time. Anyways, the Smooze. Anybody remember where the Smooze even came from?
Yeah.
Oh my god, isn't
the-
that an older generation?
That
Yeah,
was
it's
G1.
G1
G1 villain.
My god.
theatrical release movie, which
Yeah.
was bad.
Eh.
I'm not going to say it's good. It's watchable.
Mhm.
No one is available to take your call. Please leave a
Who's on the phone?
Good.
Can you we're on a podcast right now, gosh darned it.
I can't help it. I run a business, thank you very much.
Oh great, I'll take one of everything you have. Yeah. You may or may not get them back.
Oh.
It's free
you
of
don't know
charge,
what I'm
right?
Giving, though.
I don't care what you're doing, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, okay.
If
So-
it's service, I'll take one of every service.
Alright, I'll meet you Saturday for a guitar lesson.
Oh.
Oh.
I can't. Oh. Yeah. If only.
Back on track, people.
All right.
Sorry.
So, yeah, I'm surprised that the schmooze wasn't purple.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It was
They just like changed the
booger
color.
green. It was Nickelodeon slime green.
Yeah, it was a booger slime. It was the callback to the Booger Man of the SNES classic game Booger Man.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Anyway, next episode, unless anyone has anything else to comment, which...
The voice actor for Celestia did Tree Hugger.
Did she actually?
Yeah, it was Nicole Oliver.
Whoa, okay.
That's
something I just
very
learned.
interesting.
Mm-hmm. It just shows
Oh,
the
one of us knew that.
dynamic
Did she
range.
also do the? Did she also do the singing?
Yes.
I kept looking back on it, I was like, what? What is... Oh, she's saying nay? I was confused what she was saying. It was so hilarious that I just kept looking back at it, like replaying that.
Yeah. You know,
I gotta
it might have not been Nicole Oliver. It might have just been Tabitha, which makes more sense.
Could be.
Yeah.
All right. Next episode is The Lost Treasure of the Griffin's Palace, Griffinstone, all that stuff.
It's alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a meh.
Yeah, it's got a meh at most.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm just glad we're seeing more different places with a variety of creatures. We're looking into the griffins for the first time. It wasn't too bad, I have to say.
It's like the griffins have been very sparse in this show. There are a couple sprinkled here in like the first 4 seasons. And then we get to season 5 and we see a town. Well, a ghetto of griffins.
Yeah.
That's totally right.
Un barrio.
What are they?
No, nobody. Shh. Stop with your Spanish, you're confusing me already.
No es importante.
Importante.
No es más importante. Es fuck, I forgot it already.
No, Mr. Super. No, it's here.
No.
No.
It's just...
I'll try to...
Well, let's move on before we kill people with awkward silence.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Slides of Life.
Finally.
Oh my god.
This
So much good.
so much.
There
It
was-
was just.
Pandas
I
everywhere.
think we should have just a podcast talking just about this episode.
Okay, yeah. So,
Let's do it.
it is
All right. Okay.
really hinted at that Lyra and Bonbon are quote-unquote best friends.
Oh.
So much best friending, right? Best
Yeah.
of friends.
Us best friends. We bump butts all the time.
Yeah.
Sugar lump rump.
But there was so much fan service. I just can't get the words.
The doctor's house.
It's so cool.
yes.
Inside of the doctor's house.
It's bigger on the inside. Yeah.
It is. First of all, it's bigger on the inside. And then just the amount of shit in there. I'm sorry. The amount of feces in there is just insane. Just so much like mechanical doctor stuff.
Yeah.
Things that doctors typically need or
Yeah.
carry.
Like a timey-wimey doohickey.
Oh, it also wibble wobbles too.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to give insight onto Doctor Who's from my perspective, but I have seen a total of half a Doctor Who episode.
Half? Well, that's a whole
Please?
30 minutes, man.
Do not kill me. But yeah. So half. And those things that attack him and stuff. That's about it.
What, the Daleks? The Cybermen? The,
Yeah. The Daleks.
Okay.
Colourful
No,
ones.
didn't see any of those. Not even in the bowling alley.
No.
No.
Getting sidetracked, sorry.
That would have been nice though.
Eh.
Replace the bugbear with a Dalek.
Episode 2 and Rick coming soon.
All right. So we're just not going to talk about Princess Spike.
No,
Oh,
not
yeah.
yet.
I don't know why I had
It
Oh.
just aired. And besides, we still have to
Yeah.
talk about the Lebowski bros that were at the bowling alley, man.
Oh my god, yes.
What is this word you speak of? Man.
Oh yeah, that's right. The dude. He's
Yeah.
not Lebowski. He's the dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, but I think that whole scene was really well put together.
Yeah,
You
it
can
was,
tell that they put so much effort into that whole episode. It was so good.
Yep.
I mean, I've been hearing people say that it should have been a two-parter just because of how much they crammed in there. But
Yeah,
like
they had to cram a ton.
but like I think the point is that like people's lives outside of the main focus of the show, the little background characters were just too interesting not to like delve into. But
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
they don't want to do like a full fleshed out story. They want to keep it that ambiguous and open.
Mhm.
Yeah. They can always go into into a different episode and expand on that. Like
Yeah.
they've left the amount of opportunities to expand on the characters really wide. Like, they can do basically anything, which they could have done before, but I think episode 100 was a good choice to
Makes it special.
yeah.
I get it. Make it special.
It's also like the really big thing about episode 100 is it was just like a massive shout out to us too. Like just we know 100% sure now that M.A. Larson, like all the authors, all the writers, they look at what we do and they know we're there. This was like a final acknowledgement.
People
It
were
was
really
great.
mad about that though. Like they weren't happy that they were acknowledging us, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah, they're
They
they're
just like to move
pandering
everything.
to us. They should just give us
Yeah.
more Twilight because Twilight's the best. I don't know.
But yeah, I think people were just going into it too much. It was more like, oh yeah, you're there. That's cool. You can have this because we wouldn't be here if you didn't buy all of our toys.
Well, I mean, technically, the show would still go on. It would just not be like where it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would still be those straight to DVD G3 stuff.
So bad. So bad. I just got an idea for a video, but no time for spoiling now.
SRB reacts to G3.
No. Don't be
Oh.
silly. I wouldn't put anyone through that. Or would I?
Well, if AC Race Best can do it, then I guess we can.
That's
Yep.
the spirit. It's a good
All right,
method.
well,
Alright.
I'm really interested about the next episode though. Episode 102. Party pooped. I'm not gonna give any spoilers or anything, but reading the description, I can see that we have a new writer.
We have a new writer.
Yeah.
A new writer,
Okay.
Nick Confalone, and this is his first time writing a My Little Pony episode.
What
Oh,
else?
this
Okay, he
should be
won't
very
totally be
interesting.
judged harshly.
What else has he written?
I don't know.
Sorry,
You
what was
probably
this?
should
Let's
have
see.
researched that first.
I'm taking a quick look right now.
Mm-hmm.
Actually.
I actually don't see much. I don't see too much of what he's written.
Really? Okay.
A fresh, ripe
Well, he has
writer.
a book. He has a book, I believe.
Yeah, well, so does Larson. How's that make him
Yeah.
special?
Okay. He writes a children's book.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
More and more
start.
information by the second here. Um,
Live updates. Just stick around.
oh, and he does vines too.
What?
He's got my vote already.
Yeah.
But the thing is, are his vines good? Can you give us an opinion?
Well,
Or
let's.
Are we talking like Thomas Sanders, or are we talking like JonTron's vines?
Or Will Stassel's vines.
God. Those are too bizarre for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I personally like all the British Viners. I'm not biased at all.
Is that the guy that yells at the highway?
Oh yeah, he's so good.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best. He
And the
speaks the
Sand
truth
Guardian.
as well.
Well, if you guys want to look it up, like here, I'm just gonna send you guys the link to his
All right, let me scope this out.
thingamajiggy.
We are casuals. This is
Casually stalking the next writer.
Yeah.
oh
You
yeah.
know?
That's what we do. So, something here has been highlighted as very important, D. And that is Hasbro's latest money-making plan.
Yeah. Well,
The horse movie.
I didn't find anything. Oh yeah, horse movie.
Horse movie 2017.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Well,
Good.
2 years before the movie's gonna come out, I'm just gonna say I'll like it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We've
I'm
got something to look forward to.
I'm going to the cinema if it airs here.
I am too. It probably is gonna be
come
like everywhere.
It's gonna air over there.
Yeah.
It'll not air over here for another year. Come on.
I hope it's not like Rainbow Rocks where it's like at 2 theaters in all of Canada.
Here in Texas, it was like I had to drive with me and my friends 40 minutes, like looking for a theater that had it.
Yeah.
You think you could have bad? It was in one cinema for 3 days over here.
For 3 days?
A year after it came out in the US. So yeah. Very interesting though. I love seeing the reactions on people's faces when you just walk in at the cinema. It's like, yeah, I'm here for the horse movie. And they're like, are you sure? Are you aware of the consequences?
Oh,
But yeah,
I'm
I
sure
think it's very
you are aware of full life consequences.
Oh yeah. My life is screwed because of this fandom. Jesus.
Yeah, now you work here.
Yeah, I guess that'll do. I don't get paid though, so no good. What
None
do
of
I-
us get paid. What
Make
do
a Patreon and hope people donate to you.
Come on.
I mean-
I'm so sick. I'm so sick of Patreon.
Yeah, no one even donates to Ponyville Live. What do you think they would pay us?
I feel sorry for Ponyville Live. They
Well,
do
you can always pay me in
really
food.
well at everything. That's a good idea. We should pay. We should get paid in food. Where's,
Yeah.
where's Dusk?
Just do like an Amazon drone. Just drop a bag of groceries on our doorsteps.
Hey,
I'll
that's
have
coming
onions,
27.
please.
That's coming 2017.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming.
Yeah.
But you know, it isn't because is it the FAA?
Anyway, his vines are actually pretty funny. And
Okay.
again, I laugh at just about anything, so. Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Oh,
Pony merch.
Pony Merchant is the best.
It is.
I'm sad
Why are
Okay.
you sad?
Wow. Why are you sad all of a sudden?
because no, man, I'm gonna get distracted.
Oh,
All right. Well, we'll just acknowledge that you're very sad and move on.
yes, you're a sad man. Very sad. Sad British man. Please
I feel
donate. Please donate to his GoFundMe.
Please visit this Kickstarter for the anti-sad. It will help him very much.
Yes, yes.
All right, but, horse merch, yes.
All right.
I have been collecting pony merch like ever since I got into really got into the show. So it's just been off and on. Like I have a bunch of the figurines, the blind bag figurines.
Oh,
I have posters. I got like I got like DVDs. I have a couple of the Funko things.
Oh yeah. Those are good.
Oh, those are nice.
Mm-hmm. Right now, the one closest to me is the Octavia one.
They're adorable.
Yeah.
So,
I'll show you guys a picture of it later, but right now I have like a little figurine of Waluigi riding on her back.
I need to see this.
Yeah, I'll take a picture. Don't worry.
Awesome.
Who wants to go next?
All right, I'll go next. I mean, as like the young one, I don't have that much merch, but when I can, I try. I've got a shirt, I've got a belt, I've got a plush. And yeah, that's about it.
That's pretty decent. I have like
starting
3 shirts myself, and one figurine that I got from China, just because why not? And it's Applejack, my favorite pony. And I think, oh yeah. My mom got me a Rainbow Dash plushie for Christmas.
Ah, that's interesting. I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
Couple of blind bag things. I've been collecting the dog tags. I got about 24 of those because they're addicting to open. Couple posters, rolled elsewhere though, and trading cards. We did that for a while.
Oh, yeah, I
I
forgot.
got sick of it.
Sorry to interrupt. I actually forgot to mention the amount of shirts and the CCG game cards that I have. I haven't played a lot of the CCG game. I played it before like one of the Fluttershy cards was banned. For good reason, mind you. That card is broken.
OP.
Mm-hmm.
As hell. A meetup I go to, there's a guy there who aims to collect, like, fill a collection. At this moment, he has all of the CCG cards.
Wow.
Which is a hell of a lot of cards.
He must be a pretty, likable guy. Pretty popular.
He's nice. Duncan is Bay. I'll call him Bay from now on. Hiding it, it's not necessary to cover because we are older. I was expecting other people to be here, so. Oh my god, right. Where did it all start for you?
I think this is going to be the longest part of this one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably should have started with this, actually.
Yeah. I didn't think about any of this. That's okay though. It's episode 1. Time to work out bugs. Let's theorize.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I'm going to say Riff.
Go for a riff.
Okay, I'll try to condense this as much as possible.
No
My
pressure.
friend started watching My Little Pony first just for fun, not really getting that into the show.
Mhm.
But I kept watching, and the only thing that really drew me closer to it was the fandom and how absolutely rabid and wonderful and beautiful it was. I'm talking like 2012-ish, which I believe was the height of the fandom's hype.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, I just kept going into more of like the fandom work, but I keep going back to, I remember watching the first 2 seasons, like binge watching. Do you guys remember like binge watching the first 2 seasons like in weeks?
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Oh, yes.
I remember binge watching the first season, but the second one hadn't come out by the time I'd started.
Yeah,
Started
was
young.
yeah, it was that my first time ever doing that with a series. I tried that with Doctor Who, but I just couldn't get that into
It's
it.
hard to binge watch Doctor Who.
Yeah, but
'Cause you finish like half a season, you're like, yeah, half a season, how many more left? 8 and a half.
oh my god, it's a lot. It's a lot to just sit down and watch one of those every single episode. But anyways, did I stay for Ponies of Fandom? I definitely had to say stay for the fandom. I mean, I still watch the show, probably not as much, with like not as much anticipation. Like I remember, I would be so happy to wait until every Saturday for the new episode to come out. But since I don't have the hub anymore, which is weird, I lost the hub, but I gained what was it, Boomerang, for some reason. I'm really sad. I don't like what happened in New Boomerang. It's like Cartoon Network #2 now. Anyways, I keep getting off topic and off track. Was it life-changing? Yeah, I guess you could say it was. I lost my old best group of friends, but I gained like a lot more closer friends through the fandom.
Yeah,
That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
very, very interesting, I have to say. I think most people who have joined the fandom will say that they were drew closer by a friend and then hooked on the first 2 seasons and then stayed for the fandom.
Mm-hmm.
Screw yous then, I'll go. I'll do as Riff did and I'll condense it. Because my story goes on for about 2 weeks.
Exactly, condensing. We don't need your life story.
Well,
All right, yeah.
can tell you my life story. Anyway, when was it? I think it was around about July 2013, maybe. Long story short, was in school. Had a friend I sat next to in a lesson who was interested in horse and was looking at a lot of the fan art during class, which they probably shouldn't have, but
You did it.
it happened anyway. And then they were joking on and saying, "Oh, I bet you're gonna like this, and you're gonna be a brony and all this." And I was like, "No, don't be silly. I wouldn't like this. This is for girls." And nope. That weekend I watched a hell of a lot. I think from when I got up, it was like 12 till I watched about 12 hours of it.
That's like
Yeah.
A
1.5
lot of
seasons. Yeah.
And then I went back in. I went back into school on the Monday, and they were like, "So, what did you think?" And I'm like, "I think I have a problem now. This is crazy." I didn't quite know what to think at the time because I was very foreign to fandoms and things like that, and I didn't really think of other things like that. But yeah, again with the same as Riff, I did lose a group of friends, and to be quite honest, I'm happy about that. It's quite a good job. And seeing what they go out and do on a weekend now, I wouldn't exactly say it's fun. But yeah, it was a roller coaster of emotions. Life changing, definitely. I probably wouldn't have. Well, I hope. I'm lost for words. I hope that I've done as good in school as I have because of the new group of friends I earned by changing the people who I hung around. Because if I had stayed with the old friend group, I would have been in a lower class and I probably wouldn't have made it into the exams, I'm going to say.
Wow.
I'm just going to sit here, be quiet.
ThunderSky, do you have a story?
Yeah. Well, it's a little bit short, but I move a lot, so I have to get like a new group of friends to get this to tell every time. But it started off in the United States in 2011. One of my friends had been watching the show, and he was one of those people who watch like he started watching the older generations too. And so I'm like, okay, the older generations are weird, but this new generation, I like that. I like this friendship is magic. So I decided to like start watching the first season, the whole thing through. And when I was done, I'm like, so when's the second season? And it was like perfectly timed because the second season, the first episode aired 2 weeks after I finished the first season. So you know after that initial first season rush, you get the want always to have new episodes and to keep up with the fandom.
Oh yeah.
And that push just kept me with the fandom and kept me in there. And since my friends, most of them at school were already bronies, they didn't have a problem with it. But then I moved to Canada.
No.
And so I'm still in contact with my old San Diego friends, but now I was in Canada, and it's been about 2 years in Canada, and none of my friends know anything. So at one point, I had a few of them come over, and I just went like, for the hell of it, I just said, guys, by the way, I watch My Little Pony, and well, they're still my friends today. And the first you get like after telling your friends, the first 2 weeks is teasing. And then after that, it slowly dies down if you're not over obsessive and talk about it all the time at school.
Mm-hmm.
So like, they know that I watch it, and like, there's almost no teasing anymore. They're good friends, and I even got a few of them into the show. So, hey, good start, good end so far, and I'm planning on more.
Okay.
So Lightning,
Yeah.
you've got you're killing Alex, but
Wow.
do you have a story?
Yeah. I'm gonna say yes, I do have one. 2011. Somewhere around
Jeez.
early summer, late spring,
Okay.
a friend of mine convinced me to watch a dog and pony show. And I thought it was just sort of okay at the time. I like it a little more, but at the time I was just like, well, why am I watching this? She's just using whining and yelling just to get her way. That's so empowering. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, after that, I found more episodes online because I saw how big that bronies were going. Like, how big the fandom was getting. It just sort of, I guess, inspired me. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but it forced me to watch more episodes. And I don't think I really got, like, the show until Griffin the Brush Off.
Mm-hmm.
That still remains one of my favorite episodes ever, just because of how, like, well-timed all the comedy was.
Hmm. You don't see that often in cartoons these days.
Yeah, yeah,
Well-timed
yeah.
com-
After that, that got me into a whole new group of people. Like, I didn't have a lot of people that I hung out with since I have moved towns after graduating high school, and at that time I only had a couple of internet friends. But then after I started getting into the show, I found a meetup group. I found a TeamSpeak server to chat with people with. That's how I met a fandom musician by the name of Brony Mike. I don't know if you've heard of him.
I've heard of them.
That's probably because you're Canadian, but yeah.
I'm not Canadian whatsoever, but okay.
Okay, other person. Sorry.
I'm the Canadian one.
Yes, that's. I got you two mixed up. Sorry.
It's cool. It's cool.
This is gonna
All
happen
right.
a little bit.
Watch it. 200 podcasts in, and we still can't tell who is who.
Oh,
Let's see.
it's imaginable.
I believe the first convention, My Little Pony convention that I went to was like a year later. And down in Austin, Texas, it was Brony Fanfare. And let's see what else. I actually met a group of people through a meetup group that was close by, and some of the people there were even trying to start their own convention over in Louisville, Texas. That's about 4 or 5 hours north of Austin. And at this point, I had just started taking university courses. The convention only lasted like 1.5 years. I only say 1.5 because the first year it went pretty well. It was still very much Brony related. The second year, it went through a phase. It went through like a change. One of the people in charge, one of the founders, wanted to turn it into more like a Comic-Con kind of a thing.
Ooh.
Which, first of all, that kind of alienates people. Surprisingly, it didn't, with like the attendance that we had. But I don't know. It just, there were some issues with, like we had a couple of, so our first year we had a couple of industry guests from the show. We had Matt Hill, the voice of Soren. He's also the voice of Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy and one of the Ninja Turtles, I think. We had a timing director, like one of the technical guys for the show. His name is Rich Aarons. And then we had like 30 or so people in the artist alley area. And like 500 attendees show up. Second year, it was very much more of a mixed crowd, which was fine, but like the group of people and the volunteers we had couldn't handle the amount of people that was there. Like, and not only that, but like a week before the convention started, there were some issues with the contracts we had with the pony voice actors that we had invited over here, because apparently when the founders forgot to pay or do like the, I don't remember the exact legal like reason why. I just sort of stick with she forgot to pay him. Like this whole convention story that I'm going through is taking a while, so I'll just shorten it down and say I've been in the convention business. I even started volunteering for conventions, anime, Brony related, whatever, since I started working that convention.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been pretty involved in that aspect of the community. I've also like started getting into, for real, like getting into fan fiction because of this fandom. Like at the let's see, how do I want to say this just to keep it short? The TeamSpeak server that I was hanging out with just decided to do like a little private fan fiction reading, and we found tried to find like the worst stories ever to read on film fiction. But that sort of got me curious on like what good stories were on the website. So that's how that happened. I had been trying to get into creating music ever since I took that audio production class back in last year of high school. That was like 2008, 2009-ish. And at that time, I was just experimenting and figuring out FL Studio and GarageBand. Now I think I'm doing pretty good with FL Studio and such. I don't know. I don't get a lot of views. I haven't released anything in a while. I'm trying to send some of my tracks to like Wolf Beats and some labels like that, but we'll see how that goes.
Well,
that was long-winded. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. More story, the more detail. Amazing. Good to hear that everyone here was introduced to the fandom with their friends.
Mm-hmm.
At least from what I can remember. My memory is awful. I'm so sorry. But yeah, as LightningRunner was saying about conventions, I personally haven't been to a pony convention, but hopefully it'll be to come. So I can't really speak from experience, but I'm assuming that from what I've seen from things like the Brony documentary and things, it's eventful.
It really is. I've been actually going to conventions since 4 years ago, 5 years ago. like actually on a long, like a planned out basis. Like the first convention I went to was the one down here in Texas that it's one of the biggest. It's called ACON.
Okay.
A-KON. No relation to the artist. Like at all. He even tried to sue ACON, even though they came up with the name first, because they started back in 1990.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And now they have like, I want to say 40,000 attendees at ACON.
I read about it.
So yeah, I've been to big cons, I've been to little cons, I've been to actual cons. Like a con, not a convention, but like a, you know.
Yeah. Riff. I feel like we keep picking on you. ThunderSky.
Yes. Convention. Now, this is always a sore subject with me because the closest convention in Canada is in British Columbia, which is across the country, aka a like 13-hour drive. So
what about the
I've
one
never...
What about the one in Seattle?
Yes, it's a little bit closer, but it's in the United States, so switching countries, passports, things like that.
I don't. I wouldn't think that would be that difficult of a process from Canada to U.S.
Crossing from Canada to the U.S. when you're a teenager.
Oh,
is
when you
hell.
Well, yeah, you probably have to convince your family to drive you down there first of all.
Yeah. But I like, if I were ever to go to a convention, it'd probably be by train to BronyCon, which is actually down in
Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore,
Maryland.
which is close. And I can grab a train there. But again, it's the whole paying for the train, paying for the convention, paying for a place to live. And my part-time job just isn't doing it. So conventions, not yet. I hope to go to one in the future, but so far I can't see anything conceivable yet.
One day.
Yeah, I've been
SRB.
really lucky with that. Like, my parents' house is pretty close by to the conventions that I frequent.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just getting a hotel room, I just like stay there. The only problem is with parking. Now there are some hotels that where you don't have to pay for parking. There are some that do and charge like $20 to $30 a day.
Wow.
Crazy. Riff.
Yes. What, we're on convention still?
Yeah.
Yeah. How have your experiences with conventions went along?
Well, the first convention I ever went to was the first EQLA in 2012. And, wow, I'm just remembering what happened that day. The very first day, I remember me and a pal by the name of Smirt, we were walking around. And we see this guy filming, like he's doing some sort of like newscast or something. He's got a tripod, a fancy microphone, and everything that works. Turns out it's Victor Frost. And for those of you who don't know about Victor Frost, he did like a vocal track to a song I wrote for Solrak a while back. And then I told him I'm Riff Music Pony, the guy he did the vocals for that song for, and he says, "Oh, you're Riff Music Pony." And then guess what? He interviewed me right then and there on the day one of the convention.
Wow.
I literally had to walk away for a minute, gather my thoughts. I was like, what? Whoa! I'm famous all of a sudden. And it was great. It was amazing. For my first convention ever, and to be just thrown into a whole giant convention hall. Yeah, with a bunch of bronies and all this awesome art and stuff. It was incredible. I loved it. I loved. I think I went all 3 days. I got to hang around mostly Solrak's booth. I tried to hang around Mando Pony. I tried so hard to get his attention because I was playing guitar for him in front of him, but he was talking to Michelle Krieber the whole time. So I was like, okay,
Oh,
fine.
okay.
But,
Yeah.
but Senpai, notice me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. But it was cool. I got to meet the person who got me into the Brony fandom in the first place, artist by the name of Silverhound. I got his autograph right
Yes.
in there,
Mhm.
and I was actually really happy to meet him in person. We didn't talk much, unfortunately, but just meeting him, it led to something great. It led to a song I wrote intentionally called Silverhound because it was like a tribute song I wrote for him who had got me into the fandom with some of his older stuff, which he doesn't make most of his older stuff these days. He mostly tries to do his new style that's popular in the Atlanta area, which is good. I'm all for that. But other than that, the first convention was a total success. The second convention, I ran a secret booth because I didn't buy a booth in the vendors hall. So
Oh,
me
sneaky.
and a buddy of mine, we had this empty table in the vendors hall that no one occupied. It was like one of those tables you get to sit down and play cards with,
Oh.
but nobody was there. So we just pulled all of our artwork and stuff out of our backpacks and just said, "Here, all of it's absolutely free. Take whatever you like. If you want to commission us, that's totally fine." But we mostly operate on donations. Eventually, we did get caught, and we had to stop doing
Oh.
donations. But man, that was a thrill to be able to sell under the table like that.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine try to do that, actually, at a convention that he wanted to be in the artist alley or vendors hall at, but he couldn't get it. Like, he didn't, like, they were all filled up by the time he, like, tried to apply. So he just started, like, doing art for people in the halls, and he kind of got caught. I'll tell you guys who it is after the podcast. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you guys will know who it is.
I might know.
Actually, let me go ahead
Uh,
and type it in the chat here.
Go right ahead.
This should be interesting.
Oh.
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 Yeah, that's why I didn't want to bring it up.
Mm.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
even want to touch on that subject.
I
No.
already have on a YouTube video.
God. Riff, why?
I don't know. I have a story about that too, kind of similar to what he did, because I can admit right now that I am a trace artist, and it doesn't make a difference if I make it look different from the original picture. I still feel really bad about that for being a trace artist and having seen what the consequences of it was after you know who,
Yeah.
he who shall not be spoken of. I stopped drawing for a while because I was gonna end up tracing anyways. So I kind of quit drawing for a while, and I don't know where I'm going with this.
Well, let's switch gears then.
Okay.
We're going from a forward into reverse. If any of you guys know what your stick shift thing is.
Whoops, forgot to push down the clutch.
Yes.
Oh, whoops. Now we're just dying. Just
Go no, not anymore. Where am I? Just
well, there's some other stuff on this little checklist that you have, but we're already over an hour. So, what do you think so far of this episode? Do you think we did good?
I think we did good for a first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to improve over time. Like, improve a lot over time, hopefully.
Yep.
Because we can't keep doing this every episode.
No. Trust me, we won't. It won't be always like this.
Well, this was more of like an introduction episode. I mean, now they know who we are, what we do, kind of.
Mhm.
They know our background a little bit, just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad Zeta is not here.
Yes. Zeta's a YouTuber.
I miss Bay already. Anyway.
Well, this has been the pilot episode for the SRB podcast.
I'm sure LightningRunner is excited for
Oh yeah,
editing.
yeah. I'm gonna see if I can edit this down. Maybe add some like intro and outro music. It'll be pretty swag.
There we go. That's the intro music right there.
Thank you, Riff. Let's collab, bro.
Oh, absolutely. I'm down
Did
for
you
that.
want to put that? Yes.
All right. Well, this has been LightningRunner.
I'm Jordan.
If it's your turn.
And Riff Music Pony.
And I'm British.
Yeah, he's the only British here.
Sorry.
Sorry,
There's
not
only
sorry.
water between us. Yes, that's good.
All right. Well, let's see if you guys can tune in next time for our next podcast. Maybe a little bit more structured. See you then.